The following podcast is a collection of creatives posing interesting perspectives and opinions on branding, marketing, business, and everything in between. The views expressed on this podcast do not necessarily reflect the beliefs of its guests, hosts, or production team. The names, circumstances, and situations discussed are about 98% fictitious, with the primary intent to protect the guilty. Well, this podcast is designed to educate, inform, enlighten, and if you're entertained in the process, we did our job.
Listen, Atlanta is not a real place. Scamming is at an all-time high. In this episode, we're going to talk about how to spot the scam and how to avoid it. This is the Making a Brand podcast. Good morning, good evening, good afternoon, wherever you are in the world today watching this podcast. I want to welcome you to the Making a Brand podcast. My name is Jarvis Releford.
And I am Kris Kinder.
Listen, we got a show today. Yeah. We got a show today. Atlanta's not a real place.
Yeah.
Atlanta's not a real place.
Atlanta's a culture, man.
It's a culture?
Yeah.
I saw a video and it said Atlanta's not a real place. And it was like 2 o'clock in the morning and there was a white guy doing the video. And he went outside and it was like outside of a Waffle House. And there was people playing music really loud. And they were in the circle. They were dancing. There was chicks twerking, dudes, dancing. And in the circle, it was a lemur on a leash twerking.
What?
A freaking lemur.
In Atlanta?
In Atlanta. And the dude was like, Atlanta's not a real place, dude. It was a lemur, a monkey. On a leash.
He was legit
on
twerking?
His knees twerking. I swear to God. It was the funniest thing I ever seen. I was like, this is nuts. This is nuts.
Oh my God.
A lemur.
You see everything in Atlanta.
Yeah, talk to me. What you got going on?
Man, listen, one of the things you will see in Atlanta is the movie industry booming. Atlanta gives us the opportunity to create content. We don't have to wait for people to give us the opportunity. So I literally just got the email 2 days ago.
Boom.
A girl that I worked on with another project, she enjoyed working with me and I enjoyed working with her. She's so dope. Wrote her own film, asked me to direct it. So literally just got this other project. I'm super excited.
That's
dope. I'm always excited to work in the industry. I love to tell the story instead of begging for an opportunity to be a part of your story. We get to just really take that ownership. And when I tell you, it's been something that's been so liberating to now not be the complainer, but to be the storyteller, and it's amazing. So
that's dope.
Yeah,
that's dope.
yeah.
That's dope.
And working, acting. Shout out to Promise, the movie.
That's the film your dude directed. Or?
Yeah. And I'm excited about that too. That film is produced by Jarvis. His name is Jarvis as well. You know Jarvis.
I know him.
No. You're Jarvis.
Oh, okay.
You're Jarvis. But Promise is the movie, horror film, black film. Super excited. Booked a role in that film. So, yeah.
Wait, I asked you a question.
What?
And you were like, yeah.
What? I must have skipped all over that. I skipped all over that because absolutely not.
No, I asked you, is your dude directing this film?
No.
And you said, yeah. And then you said, what's funny is
I thought you meant my guy, like homie. No, not him.
I mean your dude.
No, he didn't. This guy's married, has a lovely wife, a lovely team. They're amazing people. Gotcha. Absolutely not.
Is your dude on his team?
No.
Does he come to set and bring snacks for everybody? Does he do craft services
He's
on set?
He's a very low-key individual, so if he does come to the set, he's in, he's out. And I keep, that very private. I've learned to keep my love life very private.
Is that what we're doing?
Yes.
Oh, okay.
Why? Because people, you just be surprised.
You get Keisha cold.
Nah. You can't do it sometimes, and then sometimes you don't. Sometimes you feel like a nut, sometimes you don't. No, I literally have learned to live a very safe life, secluded.
Okay.
So it's cool.
Okay, cool.
I think you walked me into that relationship because that was not a relationship 3 weeks ago.
Listen.
It wasn't.
I'm sure that it was, but it's okay. It's okay. You know what I mean? So yeah, man.
What about you? What you got going on?
We still traveling. We got a lot of stuff on the
I
books.
told you I need to go on one of those trips.
Come on, you should come. We actually planning an accelerator trip.
Really?
Yeah, we're gonna do a brand accelerator content kit shoot.
Where you going?
International. So we're gonna go. We're looking at Cancun. We're looking at Brazil, and we're looking at Cabo.
I got my passport. Brazil looks nice. I haven't been there yet.
They were trying to get the stamps.
Really?
They were trying to get stamps, not food stamps,
have to
but
talk offline.
passport stamp. Passport stamp.
Yo, shout out to the people with the cars who sell them for half price.
Hilarious. Shout out. Listen, speaking of, shout out to the people with the cars, the EBT cards, selling them at half price. Listen, man, Atlanta's not a real place.
It's not.
Scamming is at an all-time high.
Absolutely.
And just so we clear and that the playing field is even, like, I'm a victim too.
Yeah. So
I've been scammed.
Yeah, you were telling me about a situation.
I've been scammed.
Yeah, what happened with that?
All right, the names in situations are typically falsified to protect the guilty, but I don't really care about this one.
So you giving names today?
I might not give names. I'm giving names. Yeah, I might not give names. We're gonna talk about the situation. So a couple years ago, I was working with this realtor. She was cool at the time, cool chick, and she had a boyfriend, and he had a private car service. And every time he pulled up, he was in a Benz something today. He was in a Rolls something this day. He was in a Bentley something this day. He was in something different every day. I was like, dang, so this intriguing. Dude got it popping. This was the girl, the realtor. Me and the realtor were like this. We were like, you seen her, you seen me. We were cool. We were like, it was love. You know what I'm saying? Like I loved her. Like I had love for her. Like whatever she needed, we were cool like that. And got into a situation. I was getting ready to go buy a new car. I was getting ready to go buy an Escalade. And I had the cash on hand. I was finna go and put the money down on the car. And she said, before you go do that, talk to my dude. He deals cars. He has a car service. He deals cars. So some kind of way or another, I allowed this dude to talk me into taking the money that I was finna go put down on this car, investing it into his car service company. And I'm seeing the receipts. Oh, we drive around this person. We got Monica today. We got T.I. tomorrow. We got Ocho Cinco the week after that. So he was showing me the receipt. He got the pictures with these people. He was showing me that he's really transporting these people.
Gotcha.
And he painted the picture as though he was really transporting these people. These just could have been people he took pictures with anywhere. You know what I'm saying? So he showed me, oh yeah, we got the Super Bowl. We the preferred company when the Super Bowl was in Arizona. It was last year. And but anyway, long story short, I invested the money into the car company. Over $40,000 into the car company. And so when
$40,000 off of the strength of a referral.
We were that cool. All
right, go ahead.
We were that cool. And so we got the car. He showed me the car. He went to Florida, got the car, brought the car back up to me, showed it to me. It was a white Escalade. But in order for it to be a part of the car service, it had to be either painted black or wrapped black, right?
So his fleet was black.
Right. Most car services are black car services. Like when you think about Uber, black car services are black cars.
Okay.
So he got it wrapped black. So while it was at the paint shop to get painted, wrapped black, I guess one of the guys at the paint shop took the vehicle, had to take it to another place. In transit, it got in a wreck. Now I'm on Facebook one day, and I'm just on Facebook, and I get a DM from this white lady. She hits me. She's like, "Hey, are you the owner of the 2017 Cadillac Escalade?" Da 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 da. And I'm like, in my mind, am I the owner? No, it ain't in my driveway. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
In my mind, I'm like, this is weird. This is odd. This doesn't make sense. But when I really thought about it, I was like, actually, I am the owner. I did just invest in that. That is my car. Yes, I am the owner. And
wow.
And she said, well, you hit me today, and the driver that you had didn't give me the right insurance information. How are we gonna resolve this? We need to get this fixed. And in my mind, when she said the driver didn't give the correct insurance information, I was like, that was the first red flag for me. So I gave the guy a call, like, hey man, what's going on with the car? Said to say, like, oh yeah, got in the red, with the whoop. And these people, this couple, they called me every day, 3, 4, 5 times a day for about 4 weeks to get their car fixed, because I guess the driver that was driving my car was at fault. So they was calling me for weeks to get the car fixed. I think the guy ultimately went to get the car fixed, got the car fixed. So here we are with this damaged Escalade. And
how bad was the damage?
It wasn't as bad. The damage from the accident wasn't bad, but he bought a bad Escalade. It had all kinds of issues with it. The stuff that you can't see, all kinds of issues. We went and got an estimate. I think it was maybe over $20,000 worth of repairs that needed to be done. Yeah, right. So then he was like, okay, so we're going to draw up this thing and submit it to the insurance company. With the whoop. And the insurance company denied the claim.
What? So
now my car is just sitting, not making money because it's not in service, not doing any of these things because it's not in service. And here I am. I'm thinking if I'm investing $40,000 into your service, but you got all kinds of Benzes, all kind of Escalades, all kinds of stuff. You got the money to, even if not pay the whole 20 to get it started, you got 5.
Right.
To get the ball rolling on it. You got 10 to get the ball rolling on it.
Because at this point, y'all are business
We're
partners.
business partners. That's it. So insurance company denied the claim. And I know how investing works. Like, if you invest with me today, there's a 90 to 100 and maybe 150 day waiting period before the investment begins to turn. So I was patient with that. But then 6-7 months down the road, I'm like, hey, bro, what's up? What we doing?
Right.
What really was the issue for me? Well, mind you, they told me that the repairs for this car was over $20,000. I got a ticket in the mail from Florida. That Skycam. My Escalade that was repaired, that wasn't repaired, was in Florida, making money. So they were still, the car was still in service. They told me it wasn't, but the car was in service. I got the plate, the everything. I got it in the mail. Hey, you were riding in the SunPass lane, and this is your ticket for it. Or you didn't pay the toll. This is your ticket for it. So I'm like, I hit the dude up like, bro, how is my car not serviceable, but it's in Florida? It's not good enough to ride around Atlanta, but it's good enough to go to Florida? Like, make it make sense. Oh yeah, man. Now we had paperwork. We had everything that needed to be. We had paperwork, and long story short, he defaulted on. He was supposed to pay me out. I think the date we set was like May 15th. And I started calling this dude April 1st. Like, hey, May 15th is in 45 days. Are we set to have my money? He agreed to. Hey, I'm just gonna give you your money back. I'm just gonna cash you back out. I'm gonna give you your money back. I was like, cool. I gave him 90 days to do it. Hey, you got 90 days, bro, to come up with my 40. I think it was 42.5 or something like that. You got 40. You got 90 days to do it. April 1st started coming around. I started calling him every day. Hey, we good for the 15th? We good for it? I noticed he started ducking my calls. And ultimately, he ended up, I had to harass the hell out of him. Like, I was showing up at his job. I was, not his job. He has a office space downtown Atlanta. It was real bad. It was crazy. I knew the security guard that was there. So I'm like, bro, I'll break you off. Like, let me in his office. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, I'll break you off. Let me in. We gonna tear it up. And I ended up not doing it. God told me, hey, bro, let it go. It's over. I filed a police report. I did everything that I was supposed to do. Tried to take him to small claims court. Tried to take him to court. They couldn't find him. And when I go, so mind you, the final red flag was the repo company for the car. He wasn't paying the car note. The repo people calling me, hey man, what's up? And I'm explaining to them like, listen, I ain't bought no car. I mean, technically, I invested in a car service. Right. He falsified documents and all kinds of stuff to put it in my name, but I didn't buy a car. You know what I'm saying? I invested in his car service. I did not go to a dealership and buy a car.
So why didn't he just put the car in the business's name?
Scammer.
Oh my goodness gracious! For $1,000, I know 2 dudes that can find him tomorrow.
Put me on. We need to find him
tomorrow.
Put me on. Listen. I need to find him. But so the repo dude is calling me, and I ain't gonna front because I know, and I love this, and this is probably like a toxic trait of mine. I love talking trash to people that call my phone, like telemarketers, like they get the business, especially if I'm having a bad day. And so the repo man was getting his work. And he was like, and after I told him about everything, and he was like, you stupid. The repo man was talking crazy greasy to me. He was like, you stupid. Did you even research this dude before you went into business with him? He was like, did you Google him? Google him. Google him. You know what? I'm going to send you a link. Repo dude talking, Mexican, talking crazy.
Are you serious?
Mexican dude talking crazy. He sent me a link to a mugshot. Theft by conversion. And he's like, do you even know what theft by conversion is? You idiot. Like, he was talking crazy.
Why was he talking to you
Because
like
Because I was talking crazy to him. Like, get a real job, motherfucker. Like, we was going in. We was going in. And
all he trying to do is get this car so he can get his cut.
So he get his cut and get it back. You know what I'm saying?
That's how they get paid.
Yep.
So
So he talked trash. He sent me all kind of links on this dude, all kind of police reports, all kind of stuff. And he had a history of doing this. And so, you know, I went to the police station, filed a police report, but they can't find him.
You still can't find him to this day?
I ain't seen the nigga. I ain't seen him since. I swear to God, if I were to see him, we would have, you know, I tried to bully his son. And this how you know what type of, because he had his son front and center on the business too. I done called, threatening his son. You a punk. Your daddy a punk.
How old is his son?
22, 23, 24.
Yeah. So my thing is, at this point, you got scammed.
I did.
You got scammed from a referral, somebody that you know. Then you say you start seeing the red flags.
The last red flag was when it was time to get paid, and dude had 2 phones. You never trust somebody with 2 phones. Dude had 2 phones. And I'm joking. I got 2 phones.
I got 2 phones.
Phones.
Wait a minute.
Dude had 2 phones, and I had the number to one phone, and this is the number he was ducking me on. Not knowing that he had hit me on the other phone before, because I was doing their logos. I was doing all of the branding for the company.
Wow.
So we were family for a small period of time. Like, all right, bro, like, car service, they was picking me and my girl up. We was going places. Like, hey, don't worry about it. Like,
I remember doing an interview with you.
That's when I had first invested.
I remember. That's crazy.
That's when I first invested, when we did that interview in the car.
Insane.
Yep. And yeah, so it's almost payday, and I'm like, where your boyfriend at? Where you at? You know what I mean? Where my money at? And I was like, give me the number that you got when you need to get in contact with him. Give me that number. And she gave me the number. When I called it, it would go straight to like doo 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 every time. And I was like, that's weird. That's so weird that this is happening. And I had to do my research, and I went through my phone and went through all my text messages, and I realized that the realtor was in on it as well.
Wow.
She gave me a digit off.
Really?
Why would you protect a scammer?
Unless you're a scammer.
Only scammers protect scammers.
Only scammers protect scammers, because if they go down, they go down. Period. So we got to know, here's the thing, right? And I'm listening to your story and I'm furious.
I'm pissed
right
now.
Even to this point, yeah. And I can, because I've been scammed too.
Yeah.
I've been scammed by people I trust. I've been, you know, you get in a vulnerable position or a new situation, and then your judgment is off. For some of us, we come into, you know, financial situations that are different. Especially when you have a business, you finally get that funding you've been waiting on. Your situation is shifted. So you got to have a plan, right? But outside of that, scammers know new money too. Scammers also know vulnerable money. Scammers know people who really want to have an opportunity, and there are certain signs. But on the flip side, we got to know, what are the signs of a scammer? True.
And I got 5 of them.
I like to hear that. Let's.
I got 5 of them, and some of these things that I should have done. Hindsight is 20/20. Some of these things that I should have done, prior to investing, and that's me being scammed on the high end. I've been scammed on the low end as well.
Right.
And I think that's what typically happens. I think that's why we have that skepticism. That because we've been scammed before. So when we talked about the budget question in the last episode,
I remember
that comes from us being scammed, and now I'm skeptical. Now I'm conditioned to be skeptical to anything that sounds too good to be true.
Yep.
Now, and that's really the first sign of a scam. Like,
Absolutely.
if it's too good to be true, but we still have a responsibility as consumers to identify, like, too good to be true doesn't necessarily mean too good to be true. It may be too good for my vision or too good for my purpose. Does that make sense?
Yeah.
So like if you talk
too good for your understanding.
To my understanding, right? That doesn't mean it's a scam.
Right.
I meet people every day that feel like this branding and marketing thing is a scam because it's too good to be true. I don't believe that I can have an overflow of clients. I don't believe that people will trust and believe in what I do on a day-to-day. I don't believe that people would pay me $15,000 for something that I used to get paid $1,000 to do.
Right.
I don't believe it. So it's a scam. Is it a scam? No. But too good to be true typically means like you give me $200 today and I'm going to flip it to $10,000 tomorrow.
That sounds like the dope man.
That's the dope man.
That right there is the duffel bag boy.
Duffel bag boy. That's exactly what it is.
But that's so that too good to be true. It's all perspective, right? Mm-hmm. But for the most part, when you're talking about the quickest turnaround and that guarantee.
Yep, the guarantee.
What could you really guarantee outside of a physical product? Like you pay me $20, I'm going to give you this TV. Those are guarantees. But just like if you give me money and I'll give you back 1,000, that type of guarantee tomorrow or in 10 minutes.
Scam.
That's a scam.
Scam sauce.
That's a scam. But
scam sauce.
People that are vulnerable to that are going to be people who are in desperate situations.
And that's who gets that is who gets scammed the most.
Yeah.
Underprivileged, underfinanced, under income, low income, those because they're the desperate ones that need that thing to work. You know what I'm saying? Like they need that to work. And people prey on those things. And the best illustration of that is, you ever notice when somebody's account gets hacked on social media and the first thing that the hacker begins to post on that person's behalf? Money schemes. Somebody holding a bunch of money. Somebody, hey, what's your cash if I'm giving out? That's the first, because the scammer knows whoever the low income people are on this person's timeline, whoever they gonna see this and be like, girl, how you get that? Yep. Or dude, how'd you get that? So they're preying on the underprivileged.
Absolutely. Absolutely. Yeah. That too good to be true. So it's safe to say that desperation becomes your weakness.
Absolutely. Desperation in anything is a weakness.
Anything.
Yeah.
Anything.
I was playing Monopoly with my family the other day and I made a mistake of making a deal with my niece, knowing that she was going to lose, but she was going to get desperate enough to make a dumb deal with her daddy later in the game. And that's exactly what happened. I lost.
Really?
Yeah. I made a foolish, not a foolish deal. It was a good position play for me at the time, but I knew she was going to get desperate at the end and make a dumb deal with her dad, and her dad ended up winning the game.
Wow.
That's a crazy analogy, but that's what happened because she was desperate. She was desperate to stay in the game. She made a dumb deal, and people don't do desperation deals.
Nope.
That's on the service provider side as well. Yes. Do not do desperation deals.
You're going to sell yourself short every single time.
Every single time.
So we have the first one.
Too good to be true.
It's too good to be true. So too good to be true is literally more than likely 9 times out of 10 the first telltale sign that this person is a scammer. You can't guarantee me almost anything in today's time.
Absolutely.
What's the second one? What we got?
I would say little to no reputation for results. Like you can't provide me with the results that you are guaranteeing me. Right? This is so good to be true. Why isn't everybody taking advantage of this?
You know, a telltale sign, especially when they come up and they offer you these, especially on social media. You ever go to those posts and they're guarantee the scammers, and then you look down and there's literally no reviews or no comments, or all of the comments say the same thing, and then you go to that profile and it's like 0 posts and that kind of stuff.
So translate that to the entrepreneurship world, like the business world. When y'all are buying followers,
oh my God,
that is exactly what it looks like. So
and we can tell.
And so exactly. So we can tell. So if you are a legitimate business owner and you are buying followers, it makes you appear to be illegitimate because we can see you made this post. You got 45,000 followers. This post only got 17 likes, and it got or you went. Let's say this: you got 45,000 followers. You make a post, it gets 17 likes and 3 comments. That doesn't make sense.
Doesn't make sense.
That doesn't balance out. Now that's we expect at least 10%, 5 to 10% of your core audience to comment and engage with you on your content. Everybody on my page I got 8, 9, 10,000 people, and they don't all.
Sometimes they do, sometimes they don't.
Yeah, they don't all engage. Sometimes they do, sometimes they don't.
And some major brands also, they'll incorporate those big accounts, those little bot accounts, but they also have 50,000 true people, true followers, and then you kind of intertwine that with those bot accounts. Then you can do that. Now they do that because people go where movement flows.
Absolutely.
So I get that from the scheme of it, but when you're looking at people, we're talking about scammers at this point. These people want something from you.
Right.
These people are saying, hey, I can guarantee you this. I got this person this, and it's usually those fuzzy looking pictures and things of that nature. They were just posted 2 days ago. Oh, you just took this yesterday? This looks like a copy of a picture. Those are telltale signs. I don't care how desperate you are. Please take the time to look at the reputation.
Absolutely.
Part of looking for a reputation is do your research on a person.
True.
For me,
how do you do it?
Honestly, this is probably going to take us to another point. There's a website.
Okay.
So if a person comes to me, especially on social media, I will go to a site that's called scamadvisor.com. You know what Scamadvisor does?
What does it do?
It allows you to pay.
Hold on, they paying for this? They need to be a sponsor. We'll get them. We're going to edit that because y'all got to pay Scamadvisor.
There's another.
Just gotta pay.
So there's a website, and these people literally can copy paste the website inside of that little search engine. What they're gonna tell you is how long the website has been in existence, whether or not the ownership is public or private, whether or not it's domestic or foreign, so international, where these people are. It's gonna talk about the reviews. So if these people have negative reviews, you'll be able to tap to see the negative reviews of the business, the website, and then it says whether or not it's suspicious activity on the website. That's the simple. It's free. Go, everybody, go copy, paste, put that website in that URL. If it comes up red, anywhere from 0 to 50, it's suspicious. 50, you're in the yellow. But green, that thumbs up, that 100%, that is a trusted website. It can be researchable. It can be traced back to an owner. You can take that to court. Those are reputable websites. Those things like that, you definitely want to take advantage of those sites. So,
I like that. And I like that it made me go in and look at my site, and we were legit on there as well.
Well, you legit. I know you're legit.
I know, but I've been accused of being a scammer. I've been accused of being a scammer by people that just didn't follow the guidelines.
What?
Yeah, yeah. So, and that's another thing. But we'll talk about that at the end. But yeah, so reputation, and then you said the website got to be on point. You also mentioned fuzzy pictures.
Yeah, those fuzzy wuzzies.
The brand got to be on point.
The brand
got to be on point. So if the brand is off, listen. If here come Tone with the fingers, okay,
we got
perfect.
3 fingers,
we got 2 more points. Tone with the fingers. The branding has to be on point. Yeah. If the branding is off, and I'm gonna be honest, in today's market, if the branding, I'm not doing business with you if your brand ain't on point. I'm not connecting I'm not doing anything with anybody whose brand isn't where it needs to be.
Yeah, I feel like your presentation says everything about the product. We talk about branding. I always say I am the brand. So that means everything attached to me has to be marketable, right? I'm not putting my face, my partnership on anything, literally. And you are. So if you didn't take pride in who you are first, your presentation of yourself first, is going to be what trickles down to your business. I can tell who you are, how you carry yourself, how you talk, because you're the brand that looks like how your business looks. When I walk into your studio, it is excellence. It starts with the person. So if a person is shady, I remember this guy getting into my inbox.
What's his name?
something foreign.
He's a Nigerian?
I think he was Nigerian because he called me auntie and stuff like that. And I'm just like, I know that that is a form of endearment, right? When you're called auntie and a lot of, you gonna get me caught up. So he was like auntie and ma'am. And I'm like, okay, cool. I know I'm dealing with somebody, across the water. I get it. And I'm not going to be specific on where I know they're from because I don't want those issues.
There's a 97.8% chance he's from Nigeria.
Oh my God.
Statistics show.
You know what? So anywho, and he asked me, he says, hey, I want to bless you and I do business with you. I've been seeing you do work, and it's through Cash App. It was a Cash App scam.
Okay.
So he says, if I deposit money into your account, I need you to guarantee me that you're going to give me at least 20% of what I send to your Cash App. So I'm like, what? Why would you send me that? So I'm asking questions. I was like, where's this money coming from? He just said, it's just coming from Bitcoin. I was just like, okay, so where's Bitcoin coming from? He said, are you certified on Bitcoin? I'm like, yeah, I'm certified on Bitcoin. What is this? He says, just do me a favor. Open up your Cash App and send me a screenshot of your Bitcoin page. And I was like, I'm not sending you a screenshot of my Bitcoin page. I'll tell you what's in it. Nothing's in it on Cash App. I don't invest on my Cash App platform.
Right.
And then he says, well, that's fine. I can send the money through Bitcoin. I just need you to guarantee me that you'll send me my 20%. Can I trust you? I was like, look, I can't. He's like, just send the money. He got real rude. And got real blocked.
Just send the Cash App. I mean, the screenshot.
The screenshot
okay.
of my of my Bitcoin page in Cash App. Anything in Cash App that people want to do on Cash App that you did not produce, 99.9% of the time is a scam. Period.
I agree.
He tried me. But so I go to another platform, social media, and I see all of these different stories of how people have been scammed on Cash App.
Yeah.
And it's the craziest thing ever.
So now that you tell me that story, because I always wanted to know how it works on the other end, what he has done is he has access to someone else's Cash App. And what he was going to do is send you money from their Cash App. That's why he was asking you to send it back, because he didn't want the person, whoever he had stole the phone from, whoever he had did whatever, he knew that person.
That's crazy.
He knew that person. And so he found you and was like, well, if I'm gonna send you this money from this person's phone, it looks like you stole the money, not him. And then you turn around and send 20% back to him. And it's all a scam. Caught up. It's all a scam. When I worked in the bank, we used to see stuff like that where people would be like, hey, I'm gonna send you $10,000 for this, just send me $2,000 back.
What?
Yeah, so they'll send you a check. What they do is they send you a stolen check. You cash this check into your account, right? You get the money. I mean, you probably got to wait like a day or two for the money to clear. The money clears, and then you've sent this person $2,000, right? By the time this person that has these checks stolen finds out about it, it might be a day or two. It may be 30 days from now. They go to their bank and they're like, hey, this was fraud. I didn't do this. I didn't write this check. The signatures don't match. This is not my check. Your bank.
Wow.
Your bank has cashed this check. Their bank is coming to get the money. You've already sent $2,000 back to this other guy. The bank is finna hit you for the whole 10.
What?
Yeah, your bank is, they got to get the money back. If it doesn't make sense, the check is going to bounce.
So how do you, as the victim, because you literally been victimized, where are you protected in this process?
The bank has taken on, when I worked at the bank, we really put a lot of emphasis and effort in making sure that the check that came through was legit. If we do it every morning between, Tone, you had to do this too? In the morning, but before the bank opened, we had this list of checks. The signatures looked off. They typically don't write checks in this amount. The handwriting was off. There were so many different factors, and we had a list. Some days it'd be 3 or 4. Usually Mondays and Fridays, the list was crazy long. We had 30, 40 checks to look at, and so you have to. Had they ever paid this person before? All that kind of stuff. So to answer the question, the bank has taken on the responsibility to make sure before they clear a check to make sure that it's legit.
That's crazy.
And if we can't make sure after we check the signature, the handwriting, the amounts, we can't. If the signature don't match up, typically we'll bounce it. We'll say, no, we're not cashing that. If the handwriting is off, we'll say, I don't know. If it's questionable, the last resort is we will call the customer and say, hey, did you write a check to such and such and such and such for such and such and such and such? And they'll say yes or no.
I need those type of banks. Yeah. That's the type of bank you want for your business. The bank that'll stop it. I remember I took a trip to LA, and I'm not gonna name the bank at this time, but
what's the bank name? What color?
I don't even want to give them clout like that because I left them some years later. But I took a trip to LA, and it was the first time that I had been to LA in like years. Okay. And I went to this donut shop, swiped my card. Immediately after that, they froze my account. Jesus, so the entire time, and this was on a Saturday night. So I didn't have any access to my funds. But on that night, they froze my account because it was activity that wasn't familiar on my account. Now I was pissed at the time, but overall, can you imagine how much money that would have saved me had somebody stole my card, took it to LA? I do appreciate that feature. I don't appreciate it when I don't have access to change it. Like if I can't go into the app and say, hey, it's me immediately, even when customer service is closed, then that's an inconvenience to me because we do things. We do new things all of the time in business. So, true. But yeah.
Our bank was like that. We would shut your card down. If you did a transaction outside of the state.
What was the bank?
It was Fidelity Bank. They're no longer Fidelity, so I could say it was Fidelity Bank at the time.
Okay.
But yes, it was a big bank, but it had a small town mentality. It was small, like hometown, homegrown bank. But if your account was here in Sandy Springs or downtown Atlanta, and you made a transaction in Baltimore, Maryland, you got to call us. We had to call the bank and let the bank know whenever we were out of town.
So what did you do when? Oh, so you just knew to call the bank to let them know, hey, I'm about to go out of town.
Their clients
proactive. With
their
that.
Clients knew, hey, I'm gonna be out of town on these dates. I need you to open up my card for these dates. I'm gonna be out of the country for these dates. I need you to open up my card for these dates. I'll be back on this date of my card. Get used outside of these dates and in places outside of where I'm saying I'm going.
That's crazy. Yep. So I know we have these signs, right? So we got the 5 signs.
We only got to do 2 or 3, but
we have to continue that another time.
You got to continue another time?
Yeah. I mean, but at the end of the day, here's the thing. Guys, if you just do your due diligence, right? I know you were mentioning that when you were doing business with your business partner, you didn't necessarily look them up. So you had the Hispanic guy in the tow truck going crazy. In like talking out of the side of his neck, because here are the simple things that you can do to make sure you are not a victim of being scammed.
Absolutely.
Do your research. Research that company through and through. If you can't find anything on the internet, the person that referred you, research the people that referred them. You really have to be very careful in today's time because these are desperate times.
Absolutely.
And that people are taking desperate measures. It doesn't matter if you have a great rapport with people. People can scam you at any time.
That's true.
Protect everything. Protect your assets.
Protect your ass.
What'd you say?
Protect your assets. That's what you said.
That's what you said. Protect your assets at all times because it's hard work out there. You know what I mean? And if you have something to lose, you'll learn to do it.
True.
You get burned 1 or 2 times, you'll learn to do it. And I'm glad we get to cover it. So here's what I do want to do. If you have been scammed and we did not mention it in this podcast, put it in the comments.
Yeah, I want to talk about it. I want to hear your story.
We are looking for the most outrageous story.
Oh, yeah.
The most elaborate scammer that you've ever met. We want to hear from you.
Yeah, we want their names too. Like, give me their name because I want to.
Put a name down. At them. At the people who referred them.
At them. Or just DM me if you don't want to say their name. Just DM
and we'll do it.
And we'll do it. We'll add them. It's a dude named Tony DeCloser. You know Tony DeCloser?
Yes.
Tony DeCloser has a list of the top 10 scammers.
Are you serious?
Yeah, but he's emotional.
We're in the business of outing the scammers.
That'll be dope.
Send screenshots. Post screenshots in the comment section. If you're on social media, we want to see all of it.
That'll be dope. Shout out to Tony DeCloser.
Shout out to Tony DeCloser.
So yeah, I think that's it.
That's all I got. That was dope. I love it.
I love it. So next episode we're gonna finish up the last 3.
We'll finish up the last 3.
Cool. This is the Making a Brand podcast.